Hey there, everyone. I'm reluctantly going to and excitedly attempt to do a first video blog for cyberspace. Probably posted on YouTube and Facebook. I have to say that I use the word reluctantly because I don't really feel like what I have to say is novel or I don't know. Well, I just hope it's worth your time to listen to. I've had various friends and people who follow some of my other Facebook pages request that I make videos, and so a couple months ago I bought a stand for my phone, and this isn't the first video I've made, and I just have been kind of finding excuses to not sit down and make this happen. So maybe I'll post this one, we'll see. So I have a lot of interests that I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about, I'd say most passionate about animal welfare and animal rights, and our planet, and whether you want to call it climate change or this natural phenomenon, or that's that people are saying has happened before without our influence, or whatever you want to call it. Things are changing, and that concerns me a lot. And the change in the political sphere and human rights, and I just believe in being radically aware. I'm very passionate about that. And so with all of those interests, I thought that the first topic I would choose for this video would be how I've entered, for lack of better words, the darkness of radical awareness and have come through, to the other side. Because I was having a really hard time for a while there with all of my interests and exposing myself to very hard truths that exist in our world, and being around conventional America that for a variety of reasons chooses to show a blind eye to these causes that I'm so passionate about. It's just hard. So so I went through a dark phase, between people that I had to spend time with that are hard for me to spend time with, brought to the issues I'm passionate about, and then this change in politics. I just kept on getting, feeling like I was getting hit in the face with a frying pan over and over again. It was really wearing on me. I was really having a hard time. I wouldn't call it depressed. It's just this dark shadow of awareness that was really, sometimes I'd wake up with it and feel it so hard. And I'm a mom of 2 small children, and it's really hard to be a good mom when you wake up with a darkness like that. And it's really hard to be a good partner, friend, or wife to my husband, and it's really hard to be a good friend to me, which is the first and most important part, which is the reason I was having a hard time being a mom and a partner and friend to my husband. So one of my really dear girlfriends, who is the sweetest soul I know, and she's much more on the spiritual side of thinking than I am. I'm not very spiritual, and I'm not religious at all, and I just prefer, I guess, realist. And she and I had had tea a couple times, and this, darkness was spewing out of me because she's one of my, great girlfriends. And so, those honest conversations you get to have with good friends, I was just exposing this, conundrum inside of me and not knowing really how to deal with it. And so for my birthday recently in February, she gave me a book called Being Peace. And I was like, thanks for the spiritual book. It's by Thich Nhat Hanh, if I'm saying that correctly. And but she's one of my really great friends. And so I looked up the book on iTunes and saw that it was only a 2-hour listen. And like I said, I'm a mom, so I really appreciate audiobooks so that I can listen to them while I'm driving to and from places, or folding laundry, or doing the dishes, taking a shower. I always have an audiobook on, or a podcast while I'm taking a shower. So I bought the book and I listened to it, and it just, the philosophy in that way of thinking really was the medicine I needed. And I'm hoping that maybe my sharing this with you, it might help you too if you're finding that it's overwhelming right now with the big questions and sadness and the political sphere and everything that's just kind of up in the air. And what really got me was early in the book, the author spoke about, breathing in calm and breathing out smile. And that felt good because I haven't really wanted to smile except for, like with my kids, or, I could smile, but it wasn't like I wanted to walk around with a smile on. And that just sparked in me, just getting more mindful with my breathing. And that led me to one of my favorite people, Sam Harris. He always speaks about, or has spoken to in his podcast, a man named Joseph Goldstein. And he has, I need to look it up better, but some relation to Buddhist-centric kind of retreat and mindfulness talks. And since Sam Harris likes him, and I love Sam Harris, I thought, well, maybe I'll check out Joseph Goldstein. And Joseph Goldstein spoke about emptiness. And I really appreciated his talk there because how I sorry, I forgot the word I'm looking for, how I digested the information that he shared on their philosophy on emptiness was that I compare it to cast iron and tinfoil. And when you cook with cast iron or a Dutch oven, it's so great because it just holds in that heat. It just takes that heat and holds it in. And if you have